Xabi Alonso has finally broken his silence. He's stepping down as Bayer Leverkusen coach at the end of the season, and all eyes now turn to Madrid. Alonso's stock has skyrocketed after guiding Leverkusen to their first ever Bundesliga title in a stunning 2023-24 campaign. But while a reunion with Madrid feels written in the stars, it may not be smooth sailing. Ancelotti's free-flowing, star-driven approach is worlds apart from Alonso's strict structure, quick pressing, and finely tuned build-up play. If he does take over, the shift in style will be as big a storyline as the homecoming itself. But before we get into it, let's start from the beginning. Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso has proven he can completely transform a team, but whether Real Madrid are ready to buy into his demanding, structured style remains the big question. It could be the defining decision of this next chapter in the club's modern era. Alonso's impact at Bayer Leverkusen has been nothing short of extraordinary. When he took over in October 2022, the team was sitting 17th in the Bundesliga with just one win in 8 games. Fast forward 18 months and they had completed an invincible domestic season, lifted a cup, and reached a European final. His turnaround wasn't just about passion or motivation. It was rooted in tactical clarity, smart recruitment, and consistent execution. His early focus was on tightening the defense and cutting down on the number of chances they conceded. The improvement was visible almost immediately. Over time, he added attacking balance too, particularly after key signings in the summer of 2023. Granit Xhaka brought calm control in midfield, Alejandro Grimaldo added creativity and width from wingback, and Victor Boniface became the dynamic focal point of their attack. The result? Leverkusen scored 2 or more goals in their first 15 league games of the season, and stormed to the title unbeaten. Even in the current season, while their attacking output has dipped slightly and they've fallen short in some cup competitions, they've still only lost twice in the Bundesliga. With 2 games left, they're on course for the second highest points total in their 120-year history, second only to last season's record. Alonso's tactics are clear and deliberate. His go-to 3-4-2-1 system is built on a solid back three with wingbacks providing width and energy. Xhaka sits at the base of midfield pulling the strings while 2 advanced midfielders operate in the half spaces behind a lone striker. Even in a recent 1-0 win over Heidenheim, the system's shape was textbook, a perfect illustration of Alonso's imprint. It's a style that's both beautiful and effective, a blend of structure and expression. But it's also very different from the freedom Real Madrid's current stars are used to under Carlo Ancelotti. That contrast between Alonso's discipline and Madrid's traditional reliance on star power and improvisation is what makes his potential appointment so fascinating. Xabi Alonso's tactical plans at Real Madrid. Early reports from Marca suggest that the Spaniard will stick with a 3-5-2 formation. Xabi Alonso's vision for Real Madrid is built around a modern and aggressive tactical setup with 3 key pillars: a back three, a double pivot in midfield, and attack-minded wingbacks. At the core of his system is a defensive line made up of 3 center backs instead of the traditional 4. These defenders need to be confident on the ball, able to anticipate danger, cover space, and start attacks from deep. While Militao, Rudiger, and Asensio offer a solid foundation, Real Madrid have enlisted Dean Howson from Bournemouth to join the club next season, a young, dominant center-back to complete the trio. Whoever the starting 3 are, ball-playing ability and defensive security will be non-negotiable. In front of the back line, Alonso plans to use a double pivot in midfield to control the tempo and link defense to attack. One midfielder will hold position and protect the defense, while the other will support higher up the pitch. Tchouaméni and Camavinga are the leading candidates for this setup, though Valverde, Ceballos, or Arda Güler could also feature. The goal is to win the ball back quickly and move it forward with intelligence and control. Out wide, Alonso won't rely on traditional fullbacks. Instead, he wants wingbacks who play more like wingers, fast, direct, and constantly pushing into the opponent's half. In his time at Bayer Leverkusen, Frimpong and Grimaldo thrived in this role. At Madrid, Trent Alexander-Arnold is expected to take up a similar position on the right if his move is confirmed. On the left, a major signing is likely, with former academy product Alvaro Carreras being closely monitored as a potential option. Alonso is looking for explosive players who can offer width, stretch defenses, and contribute inside the box. With these 3 tactical pillars, solid ball-playing defenders, a balanced double pivot, and aggressive wingbacks, Xabi Alonso is aiming to build a bold, dominant Real Madrid side. It's a shift toward a more vertical and dynamic playing style, signaling a tactical evolution for one of the world's biggest clubs. Real Madrid's defense under Xabi Alonso. There's already a clear focus for the Spaniard when he arrives at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid's biggest weakness this season has been their defense, or more specifically, their lack of defensive intensity. Despite sitting among the top 5 in La Liga for expected goals conceded, averaging 1.1 goals against per 90 minutes, it's clear they allow far too many high-quality chances. Relying on attacking brilliance to bail them out has worked at times, but giving up so many good opportunities every game is a risk that keeps catching up with them. Much of the issue stems from a lack of pressing from the front. Madrid's attackers, including stars like Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., don't consistently put pressure on the ball, allowing opponents to build up play with ease. A clear example came in the Champions League quarter-final against Arsenal, where 17-year-old Miles Lewis-Skelly picked up the ball in his own half with both Mbappe and Vinicius standing off. Within seconds, Arsenal had progressed to Madrid's final third in just 2 passes. It's not an isolated incident. In a 4-0 loss to Barcelona earlier in the season, the same pattern repeated. Marc Casado broke through a passive Madrid press set up by Robert Lewandowski, and Madrid were punished again. Xabi Alonso, however, belongs to a very different school of thought. At Bayer Leverkusen, his side is built around clear positional discipline and aggressive counter-pressing. When they lose the ball, they don't sit back, they swarm. Their average of 5.2 possessions won in the attacking third per game is the best in the Bundesliga, just as it was last season. For Alonso, pressing isn't just about defense, it's a way to create chances and maintain control. Madrid, by comparison, average only 3.7 high regains per 90, putting them 8th in La Liga. That's a significant gap, and it underlines how far apart the two teams are in terms of off-the-ball work. One moment that captures the Alonso approach came in January, when Leverkusen scored against Borussia Dortmund just 24 seconds after kickoff. They pressed high from the start, going man-to-man and forcing Dortmund into a mistake. It's a high-risk, high-reward system, but one that works when everyone commits. If Alonso does end up at Madrid, bridging this gap in pressing mentality will be one of his toughest challenges. Madrid's stars have world-class talent, but they'll need to buy into a completely different style of defending, one that starts the moment they lose the ball. Will the players buy into Xabi Alonso's philosophy? One of the main criticisms levied against the Spaniard is whether he'll be able to win over the dressing room. Xabi Alonso may not have managed a squad full of global superstars just yet, but he knows exactly what that environment feels like because he lived it. As a player, Alonso won major trophies in Spain, England, and Germany with Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich. That kind of career commands instant respect in any dressing room, especially at a club like Madrid. His success as Leverkusen manager, guiding them to an unbeaten league title and a European final, has only strengthened his reputation. Across Europe, his name is now associated not just with class on the pitch, but with tactical intelligence and winning from the sidelines too. But if Alonso does return to Madrid as a manager, it would mark a clear shift in direction. The club's most successful coaches in recent memory, Ancelotti, Zidane, even Mourinho to an extent, have all leaned on man management more than detailed tactical systems. They gave their players freedom, kept egos in check, and trusted individual brilliance to win games. Jude Bellingham summed it up well when he said of Ancelotti, "Our biggest strength is that he finds a way to let a lot of the boys play with freedom. It's that relaxed, empowering approach that has worked at Madrid, not complex systems." By contrast, managers like Rafa Benitez, Julen Lopetegui, and Manuel Pellegrini, who came with stronger tactical identities, struggled to get buy-in from the squad and didn't last long. They were seen as too rigid for a club where stars often expect flexibility and trust. Alonso's approach is more structured and demanding. At Leverkusen, he's built a team with clear positional roles, pressing triggers, and attacking patterns. It works, and it's thrilling to watch, but it requires players to commit to a system and think as much as they create. The big question is whether Madrid's current squad, full of top-level talent but often resistant to strict tactical instruction, would embrace that kind of change. Alonso's style could improve the team's structure and long-term potential, but only if the players buy into it. If they do, and if Alonso gets the time and backing he needs, there's every chance he could bring a new era of success to the Bernabeu. After all, he's shown at Leverkusen that with the right tools and belief, his ideas can take a team to the very top. But what do you think? Can Xabi Alonso bring Real Madrid back to its glory days, or should they be targeting another manager? Let us know your thoughts below, and be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell for more football content.